You ever seen the Hunger Games? Shorty, I feel like you've seen the Hunger Games.
I've never seen
You've
the
never seen the Hunger Games?
Him?
Yeah.
Hungry?
I was eating instead of watching the Hunger
You don't
Games.
play when it comes to being hungry.
I was at the theater,
He
but I was
wouldn't
eating popcorn.
even entertain the idea of watching anything they had to do with hunger.
That's a horror movie.
Yeah.
I ain't watching it.
Boss. We'll call it boss. B.O.S. It's better that way. Actually. Yeah. Balance being so on the ground or in contact. When we're in contact with somebody, whether we're on the ground with them or standing up with them in contact, grabbing them, you need to focus. Balance is probably the first thing you need to be focused on. Because without that, then like nothing else works. Like if you're off balance, you're just gonna fall down anyway. So you need to have balance. But then balance can also mean from distance, being able to do, like from a striking perspective, from distance, balance would mean being able to throw anything from the position that you're in. So from the whatever position, you know, like we worked on this with you when you said, okay, when I'm in this stance, I throw the jab better.
Yeah.
But when I'm in this stance, I kick better.
Yeah.
That's not very balanced
Yeah.
in this from each individual stance. From standing, if you can go, all right, I'll switch to this position and throw this kick, then switch to this position, throw this, and then able to jab. There's a balance there. But from a balance standpoint and a very specific positional standpoint, we want to have balance to be able to throw anything from wherever we're at. If you can find that sweet spot, there's your stance. You found it?
I'm feeling better about
Okay. Find that sweet spot. Now we have balance. Sensitivity. From a contact position, grabbing someone on the ground, sensitivity. We already have balance established, so we're solid. We can do what we need to do. Then sensitivity, we have to be able to feel where we're going, or feel where they're going, so that we can make better decisions. So right now I'm studying Marvin Vittori, and he's so good at pushing guys against the fence, and when they start to defend, pulls them and turns them and gets them down. That's sensitivity.
it.
Being able to push, then he feels them push back, then he pulls them off. When you have good sensitivity, believe it or not, size won't matter because you have good sensitivity. Size matters when you don't, and you're always going head to head. But with good sensitivity, you can feel what a person's doing and be able to manipulate that. The classic fucking traditional Tai Chi, you know, that's having sensitivity, being sensitive to the direction of where a person's moving, where their weight is going, and where yours is going, and then finding a common ground and matching it up to your advantage. It's that sensitivity. Then objective is what it is that we want. So we're in balance, we're sensitive to what's going on, which means that we're able to react and respond. But then objective, what is it that we want? You have to always want something. Even if you don't think you want something, you need to want something. So oftentimes when we're in fights, I can look at a fighter and know he doesn't know what he wants. He or she doesn't know what they want. Because they're just out there just hoping that they hit them with something. So even in that way, the objective is, I hope I hit them with something. That's their objective. But that's not a very clear objective. The more clear your objective is, the better your results can be. So, in terms of punching people, if you say, hey, my objective is to punch them in the face, that's a okay objective, but let's be more specific about that. Let's punch them right here. Let's target them right here. Because if you target them right here, and you hit them here, close enough. But when you're just like swinging wildly, just to hit them, make contact, it's not a very clear objective. Your results are going to be unreliable. So let's really pay attention to those three things when we're setting up, you know. And then part of being in balance is what we talked about earlier, positioning. So balance is all positioning. So when we say balance, get in position. That's up to you though, especially from space. So like when you're in space, when you have space and you're not in contact with somebody, what difference does it make if they're your weight, smaller than you, or bigger than you? It doesn't make a difference. It's your responsibility to stay in position. Now, if you can get position on someone who's bigger than you, that foot position that I was talking about in relation to their body, what difference does it make how much bigger they are? Maybe longer, because it's harder to get around them. That may be an issue. But if they're bigger, they weigh more than you or whatever, what difference does it make if you're behind them? It doesn't make a difference. But it's your responsibility to get to those spots. And we get to those spots using good technique. So that's where technique comes into play, so that we can manipulate those different theories using good technique. It's poor technique you can't do shit with. But that's when we dissect the game down, we dissect it down into techniques, tactics. We use techniques to employ tactics to get whatever it is that we want.